Hey everybody, it's Emily from ARG Schooling, and today I want to talk about the books that I am super excited to read in 2017. I've been seeing people do this a lot online with, I think it was Top 5 Wednesday, was the top 5 books you want to read in 2017, and I was like, I could do that, but I can't narrow it down to just 5. I have 7 books in my pile, and I had really pushed myself to keep it to that. So these are the books that I know I'm actually going to be reading in 2017 and that I'm kind of excited about. Without further ado, let me just show you what I have. So at the top of my pile, but in no particular order, I have The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. I've heard good things about this for years now, and I've been meaning to read it for forever. But because I'm considering putting this in the biology for grade 10, I need to read it and decide if it's a fit, if I'm going to make lesson plans around it, whatever. So I'm excited to finally pick this up. This is a book that is nonfiction, but told in a really interesting manner. It's about a woman named Henrietta Lacks, who her cells were taken without her knowledge and have been used in science for years. But nobody really knows about her and who she was, and I think it sounds really interesting, and I'm excited to read it. Also, I'm really looking forward to reading In Order to Live, A North Korean Girl's Journey to Freedom by Yeonmi Park, I think is how you say her name, I'm not sure. I am slightly obsessed with all things Asia and Asian, and especially North Korea, because it's just such a weird place. And I'm really excited to read this. I've seen a few documentaries about people who've gone to North Korea and how weird it is there. And I've heard bits and pieces of things about how people have escaped. So I'm looking forward to reading a whole book about that. And I've heard really good things. I think it's going to be a really good read. I'm excited. I also really want to read Dust and Shadow by Lindsay Fay. This is a Sherlock Holmes retelling. I read Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay a few months ago, and I loved it, and I've wanted to read more of Lindsay Fay's writing, so I picked this up. I am hoping it's good. I've never read Sherlock Holmes, but I don't think you have to have read Sherlock Holmes to enjoy this book, so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be good. Also in my pile, I have Summer of Night by Dan Simmons. This is a book I have heard about on BookTube a couple of different places, and from what I understand, this is sort of written in tribute to It by Stephen King, which is one of my favorite novels, and I was excited about that. I hear it's very nostalgic. It has a lot of that nostalgia you get from reading It about childhood and that sort of thing, and it sounds really good, and I love reading horror, and I've never read anything by Dan Simmons before, and the fact that he wrote it in tribute to It just makes me really excited about it, so I'm looking forward to picking this up. Another book that's been sitting for a while, I bought Ling by Affinity Konar. I pre-ordered this months ago, and I just haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I'm very much looking forward to it in a morbid sort of way, because this book is all about twins during the Holocaust who were experimented on in the camps by Dr. Mengele, who was obsessed with twins and would do horrible experiments on them, just really terrible things, just to see what would happen, basically. And so this story involves twin girls who were experimented on by Dr. Mengele. They were some of his favorites, and the one twin disappears, and when the camps are liberated, she has to go and find her twin sister and see what happened to her. So that's what the story's about. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be good. In that same vein, I also had pre-ordered Blood for Blood, which is the sequel and final novel, I believe, in the Wolf by Wolf series. I read Wolf by Wolf, loved it. It's one of my favorite books from 2016, and I've been really excited to read Blood for Blood. I just haven't had time. So I'm very much looking forward to picking this up, probably next month, because I don't know how much longer I can wait. I need to know how it ends. So I'm really looking forward to reading Blood for Blood. And then finally, the last book in my pile is Under Heaven by Guy Gavriel Kay. I have been wanting to read some of his work forever. I've heard nothing but good things about his writing, and I just haven't picked anything up. And I was looking for a book on medieval or ancient China to go in grade 10 because I needed some kind of literary, historical fiction, something. And I couldn't find anything. And then I remembered that Guy Gavroche, because I'm a nerd and I researched all his books even though I haven't read them, but I remembered he had something that had to do with China. And so I found this, and this is a reimagined Tang Dynasty. So it's fantasy, but it involves a lot of the same things that would have been found during that time period in China. So I'm really excited to read this. So this is a possibility for grade 10, build your library, but I won't know until I read it. But I'm excited about reading it because I love China. I love all things, like I said, I love all things Asia, but I love reading about different cultural things around the world, different cultural experiences, how people lived in different places in different times, and so I'm excited about this. So what are you looking forward to reading in 2016? I can't believe this is actually the end of the year. Like, my brain isn't there yet. I know it's the end of the year. I know it's the middle of December, but like I still feel like there's still like 6 more months of 2016. I have high hopes. I always get really high hopes about a new year. I don't know. I'm like Anne Shirley in that aspect. That I'm like, but it's a whole new year. You don't know what's going to happen. It could be anything. Let's hope for good things. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Happy reading. Bye.